When I was younger, I went on an overseas trip with my mom and stepdad to visit his side of the family. Almost as soon as we landed, they started arguing. I was sent outside, and when I came back in, my mom was acting cagey. She told me that one of my stepdad's cousins was getting married in 2 days, but not to worry about it. She kept saying that and acting strange. So I kept pushing until she explained. Yes, the cousin was getting married, but only symbolically. The cousin's family was desperate and needed a cultural wedding to happen for some reason. He had already agreed to help out, so she couldn't really say no, but not to worry because it didn't mean anything because it was only symbolic, which is when I figured out how he was helping out. She reassured me that it didn't mean anything and begged me to just be polite and be the groom for the day. It was just going to be a fun party and a good opportunity to learn more about their cultures. The entire day was a blur, but the food was good. We went home reasonably early. My mom and I spent the rest of the trip just the two of us, while my stepdad was with his family. But once we got home, everything was completely normal, and we never really talked about any of that again until today. My stepdad called to ask if my wife, daughter, and I would come for a vacation in his home country. He would pay for everything. He was really pushing for it, so I pushed back. He confessed that along with family time, he also needed me to come along so they could undo the symbolic marriage, so that the cousin could get married to her significant other, because she currently can't, as she is considered to be already married to me. I don't see a reason to do this. It wasn't a legal wedding in the first place. It literally couldn't have been for several reasons, so there shouldn't be anything to undo. He said he was very sorry that this happened, but now we can fix it and never think about it again. I don't really want to go to his country. It's not safe to go there in the first place. And I really don't like the idea of getting trapped somewhere again where I don't know the language or what's going on. He's telling me that I'm selfish because while it obviously doesn't affect me, not fixing it does affect the cousin and isn't allowing her to move on. My mom is pleading with me to go, saying that it's just 1 day out of a vacation that my stepfather is willing to pay for because he feels so terrible about it. My wife doesn't think I should go because it's not safe and it's not something that should be my problem anyway. I've asked my father and he's torn. Obviously I don't have to go, but if it's that easy, maybe a free vacation isn't a bad idea and I'd be helping someone. But I don't want to. Wait, you were the one who was married? Oh my god, this smells bad to me. Don't do this crap again. Do you think it was a coincidence that you were on vacation when this symbolic marriage needed to happen? No. It was premeditated behind your back, sprung on you and your mom. Your mom recognized the danger you were both in if she refused, but she still knuckled under and lied to you about what was happening. Then she stayed married to the man who conspired behind her back about her son's fate or his family of origin's benefit. Listen. Don't trust your mom or stepdad. They took you to a strange country to marry you off. Please don't go there with them. You might not be able to make it back. Just don't go. Stepdad married you off, symbolic or otherwise, against your knowledge, understanding, or will. Or their daughter. Holy crap. Do not take a female child to whatever foreign family's marrying off children without their consent. Step-grandpa specifically requested OP bring his daughter. Step-grandpa made this mess. He can use his American dollars to bribe whatever officials he needs to fix it. Forged signatures, whatever, not OP's problem and not worth the risk. I've heard of symbolic marriages. A fortune teller or astrologer predicts that someone's first marriage will fail, so the family gets the person married, symbolically, to a tree or something, so that their next marriage to their actual spouse will have better luck. Of course, this family sucks for not marrying the girl off to a tree instead of some random dude. The blurred part concerns me too. Did someone give OP something mind-altering so he wouldn't really understand what a major crap show this was? Dude, lawyer up! Be prepared to go nuclear on your stepfather and mother if necessary, because this sort of stuff can mess up your life for real. And they had no problem throwing you to the wolves back then. I, 35 female, am an introvert and have severe anxiety. Being the center of attention is my biggest nightmare. I'd be fine living alone in the woods as a hermit. Because of that, I hate going out for my birthday. I'll either spend it alone or at home with close friends where I'm more comfortable. I have some friends and family who always want me to go out for my birthday with them, and sometimes I go. Unfortunately, even though I beg them not to, every once in a while someone will think it's funny to tell the staff that it's my birthday, and have them do the whole dessert and sing happy birthday thing. And I literally go into a full-on panic attack. They think it's hilarious. A week ago my grandma died. The family pushed and wanted to do a birthday dinner, saying it would be good. It would be good to get out of the house. Some close friends also went. Well, we were finishing up dinner, and I heard the sound that literally fills me with anger and rage. It's the sound of the waitstaff clapping as they were all walking towards us with dessert and candles, and they started their restaurant's signature loud, obnoxious birthday song. My brother and his wife started laughing. With the waitstaff mid-song and about 5 feet from our table, I got up, walked out of the restaurant, got in my car and went home. My mom says she's mortified and said I was the major idiot, and that it wasn't only rude to everyone who came to my birthday, but also to the staff, and that she had to apologize profusely and leave an extra tip. Am I the idiot? Edit. In the past, they've recorded it on their phones and shared it on their personal social media pages, and other family members, even in other countries, found it funny. I also would be okay with singing for someone else. It's the whole making a spectacle of me that's the problem. Not the idiot. You know, I tell my kids it's only funny if it's funny for everyone. Being the eternal butt of their one-note joke is too much. It's not funny. It was never funny. Don't do your birthday with them again. I'm pretty sure that even seeing you this upset won't change their behavior. My ex-husband tried to embarrass me like this once, and thank God the waiter at the restaurant informed him that they don't do that sort of thing. It was a very upscale place, like tap water wasn't even a drink option. I think the waiter knew my ex was a bully to me at that point, because my ex wanted all our friends to sing to me and I was near tears. He told him it would disturb the other patrons and made him chill out. The waiter had the kitchen staff write happy birthday on my dessert plate, and he gave me a flower. So I was really flattered he put that much effort in. I was so embarrassed my ex didn't want to tip the guy. My friends all gave extra, but I was still mortified. Congratulations on losing the weight of that idiot. OP, definitely not the idiot here. Do they not even consider how mortified you felt and how rude it was to you, the guest of honor? It's completely ridiculous that they cannot respect you, your wishes, and your very valid need to avoid being the center of attention. If this were me, I would avoid having another birthday dinner with them. My best friend Francesca and her husband Michael passed away in a car crash. I've known Francesca for almost 12 years and Michael significantly less, but we were still good friends. My fiancé and I don't have any children. I do not have any children because I cannot or will not give birth to them. Additionally, my partner and I have considered adoption and fostering, but we have not yet made a final decision. I am a 25-year-old female and my fiancé is a 28-year-old male. We have been designated as the guardians of their children in the event of a tragedy. Michael and Francesca have 3 children together. Joe, a male toddler, and twin female toddlers named Sarah and Tessa. However, Michael's parents have recently expressed interest in adopting Joe and having him live with them. I have put a stop to these comments, but they continue to spread the idea that it is their right to adopt their grandchildren, even though it seems they only want Joe. This is concerning as they are only considering their own desires and not the well-being of all 3 children. Not only do I not want to give up any of the kids, but Joe's grandparents are elderly and living on Social Security. Having a child in their home would strain their budget, especially since all 3 children would have to share a room. Meanwhile, my fiancé and I have a combined income of around $300,000 per year as we both work as software developers. Our current house has enough rooms for each child to have their own, although I know some experts advise against this. We also allow the children to sleep in our room if they have a nightmare or are feeling sad. The twin girls also enjoy sleeping in each other's rooms, so we have 2 beds in each of their rooms. Financially, we are not struggling. Since I firmly told Michael's parents that they cannot adopt their grandchildren, I have been bombarded with messages. While there may be some legitimate concerns, it also feels like they are being passive-aggressive and trying to relieve themselves of any responsibility. They have even gone as far as to accuse me of robbing them of their grandchild and claim that it is their right to have their grandchildren. I am not an idiot for not giving in to their demands. I will admit that there were some initial issues when the children first came to live with us, but we have enrolled them in counseling and have also attended family counseling as recommended by their counselor. So am I wrong for not giving custody to the children's grandparents? No, I'm not. If our friends wanted the grandparents to be the guardians, they would have been named as such. It is also concerning that they only want Joe and not all 3 children, which could lead to unequal treatment. I stand by my decision to keep custody, and I am prepared to seek legal counsel if necessary. It is clear that Michael's parents do not have the best interests of their grandchildren at heart, especially since they only want 1 child and think it's acceptable to separate them. It's disgusting in telling that they only want the boy. You should seek legal counsel and ensure that there are no unsupervised visits until you are officially the adopted parents. I'm sure you have already spoken to their school, daycare, and sports teams, and know that their grandparents are not approved to pick up the children. My mother-in-law, who is a woman by the way, came to stay with us for a few weeks while her home was being renovated for Christmas. The problem is that she has been randomly walking in on me while I am in the bathroom. Thankfully, she has not seen me naked, because I started noticing her behavior after the 2nd time in a week. She would barge in, turn, say, "Oh, sorry," and close the door. I tried talking to my husband about it, but he kept ignoring me, and then flat out said, "So what if she accidentally saw you naked? She's family." He seriously said that. We have a lock on the bathroom door, and I could have used it, but I have past trauma from being locked in a room after my brother locked me in a bathroom when I was 5. So I came up with this idea. I would go inside the bathroom, pretending to use it, and wait for her to come. Because honestly, it's deliberate at this point. When she accidentally barges in, she would see me in a weird or awkward position. For example, doing a ballet stand, standing on the toilet, or standing facing the wall with my hands up, fully clothed, of course. I can imagine how awkward and weird this would be for her, because she would stand there for a few seconds trying to figure out what I was doing. It was hilarious at first, seeing her initial confusion, but she told my husband about it, claiming she caught me practicing rituals in the bathroom. I cleared things up and revealed the reason why. My husband was livid. He called me childish and said that I made his mother feel terrified and weirded out by my behavior. He said I should have acted maturely and locked the door instead of playing mind games. Am I the one in the wrong here? You chose a humorous approach, and that's great. However, your husband is the one in the wrong. He expects you to be mature about it, but he doesn't expect his mother to knock on the door before walking in. This is the weirdest power play to continually walk in on you in the bathroom. Your next pose should be facing the door and giving her 2 middle fingers. I hate victim blamers. He's mad at you because she barges in on you in the bathroom in your own home where she is a guest, but gets mad at you for making her feel uncomfortable and causing her grief? What? It's her fault. Girl, get some jelly, preferably red, and smear it on the door handle. Your face. And when she walks in, eat it like a caveman. Then when your husband asks, you were stress eating. Walking in on somebody doing a ballet pose in the bathroom is terrifying. But barging in on your daughter-in-law and making eye contact while she squeezes out a dookie after being told repeatedly not to barge into the bathroom is normal behavior? Getting really sick of these spineless partners who can't stand up to their moms. Your husband is full of crap. That's an inventive and humorous way of dealing with this creeper of a mother. You're all adults. Most adults know not to go in the bathroom when the door is shut. This is a great, funny type of revenge. You gave me a good chuckle. However, maybe you should get therapy about locking a door. Not just for this, But at least you can put these issues behind you then. And seriously, OP, please address your husband's attitude. He shouldn't invalidate you. Sounds like you need some couples therapy too. My brother George, who is nearly an adult, recently applied to 5 universities. We're from the UK, and he has received acceptance from all but one of them, who have yet to make a decision. It's for a top-rated course, and I am incredibly proud of him. Unfortunately, all of them would require him to move quite far, and while he won't have to worry about his tuition fees, he'll only be eligible for the minimum amount, as our parents earn over the limit. My parents refused to help me with my university at all, as they are extremely traditional and don't believe women should go to university. So they made it clear I would be on my own. I worked through my undergraduate degree, my master's, and now my PhD. I didn't know when George was born whether they would pay, but they started saving when he hit high school. It didn't last long though. My brother didn't do well in the first few years, and his practice exams didn't go well at all in the 4th year. But our parents have always told him he was fine but not smart. And I think that got to him a bit. When he failed his practice exams, they spent the money on an expensive holiday abroad, to which neither of us was invited. George confided in me his ambitions and wanted to go to university, so I helped him study. He worked hard and did well enough to be able to take the courses he wanted to do, and I've been helping him when he needs it. But it's mostly just been reassurance that he's doing a good job, and I'm proud of him, regardless of what happens. I started saving the second he confided in me that he wanted to go. It's not much since I have my own tuition and expenses to pay for, but it's enough to match the amount he'll receive on his student loan. On his student loan for the first year, about $7,000. He's waiting for his final result, but he's pretty sure he's going to go to one specific university, the same one I attended for my undergraduate degree. Therefore, I know that without parental help, he'll be screwed. So I will continue to save and help out where I can. Our parents walked in on me explaining to George the terms of him getting access to this money. I'll transfer him a specific amount every month. He's at uni on the 1st of the month, but any big deductions like textbooks, I'll pay for directly and deduct that from the monthly amount. I'm just trying to ensure he doesn't spend it all at once. My parents were upset and said I had overstepped and undermined them. They claimed it was not my responsibility. I agreed and told them it wasn't, but if they had been responsible and believed in him, I wouldn't have to. I don't feel like I did anything wrong, but I also feel extremely guilty. Am I the one at fault? I have no idea how your parents can be so heartless towards their children's futures and then get angry at you. This is mind-boggling. You're an amazing sibling. Certainly not in the wrong, even slightly. Good on you for your own studies and for supporting your brother. Also, I think calling your parents traditional is being very generous. Imagine being upset that your kids love and support each other so much that they'll step in and cover for your failures. I wonder if your parents even wanted to send anyone to university. First, they didn't pay for you because you're female, and now they won't pay for your brother for some reason. I think they just wanted to spend the money on themselves all along, and now they're trying to pretend they had other intentions. I agree with you. Not only did they not help your brother, but they also discouraged him, and now they're mad that you're helping him instead of them. You're not in the wrong. They're just upset that you're making them look bad. They would rather your brother not go to university than admit they didn't help.